Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to study what is one act play. I am referring to page 135 of the textbook. So, one act play. It is not a shortened play, it is complete in itself. Okay, so it has the complete story. Like the serial, it will not have several episodes, they will have several scenes and they will finish up it will show the entire story. Okay, so it has a complete story and it is performed on the stage in stipulated time. In the fixed stated time it will finish, and it is confined to a single place, and the number of characters are limited. It is quite simple in design and its effects are also quite simple. Now there are a few more features of the one act play. What are that? First is the plot. Now plot is limited to a single interesting episode. Only one single episode is there, and the story has been woven into a closely related series of chain of events. There will be several events that are linked together and they will happen in the course of the story. Aristotle says conflict is the soul of drama. Okay, what does this mean? Conflict has to be there. There has to be a difference of opinion, disagreement between the protagonist and the antagonist. So only will be the play proved to be effective. Okay, there has to be some drama. Drama itself says that there has to be some problem in it. Okay, modern plays of the theatre of the absurd. Now the word absurd itself means that it doesn't have specific meaning, or it may seem to be irrational. That's the theatre of absurd. Secondly is the theme. The theme is the central idea around which the plot revolves, and it all depends on the playwriter's instructions, dialogues and other features. So you could say the central idea, the subject is the same. It can be implicit or explicit. Implicit meaning it can be somewhere hidden, not openly discussed, or it might be explicit meaning revealed openly. There can be a number of sub themes as well, not a single theme but sub themes. And after all, the main intention is to pass on a message, okay, of the playwright. Thirdly, setting. Now the setting or the location also plays a very important role. Okay, the performance is on the stage, so it's a stage performance, but then the location, setting matters. Then next is important is the props, the use of props, how well the props are being used. So the three things are taken into consideration, that is the unity of time, place and action. Without this, then act cannot take place. And fourthly, language. Okay, so it all depends on how effectively it is being communicated. Okay, so that's why we come up with this famous proverb, pen is mightier than sword. So a written communication is always effective than violence. Okay, it speaks volumes. So that's why he says you must have enjoyed Charlie Chaplin's movies, right? So it is there is no verbal communication, it's non-verbal, but then you understood the theme because of the expressions, right? And what's happening, the obviously the theme, the setting, everything has helped you to understand what's happening in the Charlie Chaplin movies, right? So one act play makes use of, careful use of, or the brevity of words. It makes use of exact words, what is required. So the dialogues are framed keeping in mind that they should be witty, they should be very clever, pungent, wherever sharp use of words need to be used. Then concise, the brief. So overall impact of the play, like Shakespeare's Hamlet says, to be or not to be. So here the playwright has made use of techniques. Certain techniques are like how to project it, the articulation, the way the words are being used, then the phrasing. For effective communication, it has made use of certain poetic devices and figures of speech. even the tone of the dialogue, the way, if it's to be comic, it's to be satiric, if it's to be sad, sinister. Okay, sinister meaning something evil is going to happen, or it is to be somber, which is dignified, threatening. All that matters on the tone of the dialogues that is being delivered. Fifthly, the characters. As I said, the characters, there are limited number of characters, and there are two main types of characters in this, the main and the supporting. So E.M. Forster in his Aspects of Novel has divided these two types. Round, that means the round characters have been developed through their experiences. Okay, they are growing and evolving. And for the flat characters, they are almost same throughout the entire act. Okay, so and flat characters are also known as caricatures. Caricatures meaning a picture or a description in such a way that it is exaggerated, and exaggerated to show it in a comic way, in an ugly way, in an absurd way. That's what is known as caricatures. Okay, and the story develops around the main character or characters, to the problems, to the dilemma, to the confusion that they're going through, to the conflict. Right. So let's summarize the features of one act play. It has one or more scenes. It is concise, that means brief. Then it has a dominant theme. Then it treats the problems of everyday life, and definitely it will follow in a sequence. So it will have the beginning, the middle, and the end. And it gives an introduction to stage directions. It will have those left, right, center, those directions. Create mood or atmosphere. It has a unity of time, place, and action. Has a simplicity of plot, concentration of action, and unity of impression. It has limited characters, and it presents a question answer to which they are eagerly awaited by the audience. So this is all about the one act play. So I hope you must have understood till here. Thank you.